Nick Kristock began his Oakland soccer career as a walk-on in 2009 and didn't take long to get involved in the community and giving back to others. He was a part of many service projects and nonprofit organizations, culminating in the ultimate stewardship recognition, the 2013 Senior Class Award for Men's Soccer. He continued that excellence even after graduation.
I've been doing a lot of work in pediatric healthcare over the last couple of years and really found that the more you invest your time in something, it steals your heart. And I was investing into these kids with these illnesses, kids in the hospital, and they were just taking my heart slowly but surely. And so, I always say it started with a realization and inspiration. I was making beds in a hospital in Australia one day. I'm in this hospital room, it's cold, dark, scary, and I'm standing there thinking, man, I'm 24 and this room is intimidating. I can't imagine what it's like for a 4-year-old. And I knew I wanted to do something to help bridge that gap. And then among the many awesome kids I was able to meet, one was a girl named Sophie, 4 years old, battling neuroblastoma, and just all she's ever known is a life of cancer, but still she just always has a smile on her face. And she's had a part of her childhood stolen, and she'll never be able to get that back, and that's something a lot of us can't relate to. When she should be outside playing with friends and playing with dolls, she's been going in and out of treatments. And so really she inspired me to say, let's do something to help kids like Sophie.
So he took action and created a nonprofit organization. Once he had the concept, the name followed shortly after.
I probably have written down every form of the word please, any phrase with the word please in it, and just from the list, as soon as I saw please and thank you and fleece and thank you, I scrapped the list after that. That was the one.
A fleece blanket might not seem that special to the average person, but for kids in the hospital, it might mean the world. Nick noticed a problem he wanted to help fix.
Two things I was seeing when I was working in the hospital. One was that some kids are getting blanket donations, some kids don't get a blanket. So on a floor of 20 kids, you might have 14 receive a blanket, which is awesome. But then you'll have 6 who don't get one, and not only do they not get a blanket, they have to watch those 14 kids get one. And so I knew there's enough people out there that are making blankets, just the flow of them is inconsistent. No one's taken the time to standardize the process. And then also, when these kids go into the hospital, their whole world becomes these 4 walls. And for them to be able to see, someone from outside these 4 walls, from outside this building, cares about my fight, and they took the time to make a blanket and make a message to say hello and get well soon to me, changes some things for them.
The blankets, fleece, and thank you provide come with a message for each kid to help give them hope throughout their fight in the hospital. Recipients can also send video messages back.
And the response has been huge in that regard. Kids and their parents are so excited to finally be able to say, we know who gave this gift to us, and we want to give them a gift back of a thank you.
I love my new blankie. Thank you so much.
Starting from scratch took patience, but after perseverance and dedication to his goal, Kristock's dream became a reality.
Yeah, first you got to get people to make the blankets. So at the beginning I was paying for blankets and going into local groups, college groups that have high exposure, and giving them the blankets, having them make them, doing up little videos, and then kind of blasting that out as PR. And then really working with the hospital, it's a very fragile relationship, very slow, because they're saving kids' lives every day. So there's a lot of protocols, but if you can stay patient and really treat the hospital with respect and let them know that you're there for the long haul, that you're not just a one-hit wonder, they will start to open their doors and let you in. So now we're to the point where we have 21 hospital relationships where we can walk in and deliver blankets room to room. I've got 3 main causes in life. These are my 3 passions. They keep me up at night, they wake me up in the morning. It's kids in the hospital, cognitively impaired kids, and homeless kids. And so I was looking at all these nonprofits and saying, there's nonprofits in each one, but selfishly, what if there was a nonprofit that could tackle all 3? And that would be the dream job. So then I created it. So we have Fleece and Thank You, where people make blankets. People can donate money. We take Fleece into and we provide fun therapy events at cognitively impaired schools and classrooms.
Many people can relate to making a tie blanket and throwing away those corner scraps you think are useless. But Nick didn't see them as trash.
From the beginning, I saved those squares and I said there's going to be something we can do with these squares to make sure nothing gets wasted. And I found a way to stitch those squares together and make scarves for homeless kids. And then on Saturday mornings, we pass those scarves out to homeless youth on the streets of Detroit. So now we've created this value chain, this nonprofit that tackles kids in the hospital, gives them a blanket and video message, empowers cognitively impaired kids who wouldn't be given that chance to give back by making a blanket and a video message, and then also helps homeless youth on the street of Detroit.
His company has many ways to help disadvantaged children, but also gives other people the opportunity to donate quite easily.
Yeah, so anyone who would like to help support the cause for Fleece and Thank You, a great cause obviously to support. 2 ways to help. Definitely one would be to make a blanket. Make a blanket at home with your family and friends. Make a video message. We'll come pick up the blanket or we'll get it shipped to us and we'll get that into a hospital. Other way would be definitely to donate a blanket forward. So for every $24, someone can pay a blanket forward for a child in the hospital.
For more information on Nick's project, check out fleeceandthankyou.org.